Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for the week of June 12th to the 18th. First card out for you is the Key. And we see here a beautiful owl spirit right away. And owls are wonderful protective spirit animals who help you see what is hidden, see everything in your life very clearly, past, present, and future. Inner calling, clarity, resolve, intention, and objective. I want to say the key to success. The key to success is your focus, your determination, your hope, your perseverance. Okay, so I'm seeing something here of almost like not giving up on a goal of yours and working extra hard to get it at this time and actually kind of succeeding in it. Also, I'm seeing here this energy of you may not think that it almost feels like you don't feel successful or you don't feel like you're doing well for where you're at in your life or in this stage of your life, but you're actually much further along than you realize. And I almost feel like this rapid momentum you've been in for the past few months that have been kind of sweeping changes through your life, but for some reason it almost feels like it's in slow motion for you and you're like really frustrated with your results. And it's like if you only saw how fast you're actually moving and how quickly you're actually getting to some type of big life change or goal acquisition here. Next, you have Sanctuary. I love this card so much. It brings so much peaceful energy, and even the rain droplets remind me of like a calm cabin in like the Olympic Peninsula with like a big glass wall. Okay, I'm not talking like Edward Cullen house now, but I mean that's kind of what I just described. But have you ever seen those pictures of like those beautiful homes with like huge glass windows and like a little deck and you're looking out into so many trees and it's like kind of rainy out? I don't know why I just got that image in my mind. Maybe some of you guys are living in that, or you're trying to plan a trip like an Airbnb or something that looks like that. I have no idea why. Maybe there's some peace and healing for you in nature this week. A sanctuary resides inside of you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath. Enter and sit down on the throne of your own heart. You don't have to go to a special location to feel this feeling that we just described of sanctuary, this place where you can just be so at peace and one with everything going on around you. You really don't need to buy a super expensive Airbnb and plane tickets and everything to find that feeling. You can tune into that feeling at any point in your life. The key to life is understanding that every feeling you have, we just go chasing feelings. People who focus so hard on gathering money, you're just chasing a feeling of abundance, a feeling of freedom, okay? But you can actually tune into the energy of that emotion at any point in time. You don't have to wait to tune into that emotion until you achieve that certain goal, because that emotion isn't a tangible object that's just going to be presented to you on a platter by some magical butler the second you do something, Like the second I build my YouTube channel up to 3 million subscribers, I will achieve happiness. And it's like the second you reach that 3 million subscribers, a magical, mystical butler appears and it's like, here's your happiness. That's not how it works. Okay. So the Sanctuary card is beautiful because it's telling you can tune into the energy of sanctuary and peace at any point in time. Serenity. This inner sanctuary is it's right here. It's nowhere outside of yourself. And it's ironic because when you tune into that peace, into that energy yourself, then it's like you magically kind of your circumstances and your surroundings change, and then you kind of have more peaceful surroundings anyways, because life is just reflecting your own inner energies anyways. But some people get it twisted and try doing it the other way around, where it's like trying to manifest something externally to bring internal happiness, and it's like you gotta start within first. So literally getting it backwards. Many people fall into that trap. Energy card is the second chakra in reverse. This is the sacral chakra. I don't know why, I just wanted to say y'all are horny this week. Like, what's going on? The sacral chakra rules over sexuality and also creativity and that feeling of spontaneousness and freedom and feeling light and creative. Now, coming out in reverse, there's obviously a blockage there And hopefully the cards will show us more about this blockage. So let's dive into it. We're going to do 9 tarot cards, 3 rows of 3. First card out for you is the Magician in reversed. Yeah, you're trying to control your surroundings a bit too much, I would say. That's the lesson of the Magician in reversed. Avoid control issues. Not only that, but avoid controlling people as well. People who are trying to and by controlling, I mean like they need to feel in control by putting other people down, belittling them. People use these subconscious tactics to feel more in control of a situation. Like a perfect example, if you're like dating someone and you're playing those little texting games, like, oh, it took them an hour to respond, I'm going to take 2 hours to respond so that I feel more in control. That would be Magician reversed energy, which is the energy of the douchebag, as we say. Listen, I've been there myself, I'm not judging, but avoid people who you sense are doing that. Avoid doing stuff like that yourself to feel more in control. And also just, let life flow. Be a little bit more, like whenever you have a feeling, just act on that feeling. And honestly, that is also the lesson of the sacral chakra and unlocking it, unleashing its potential. When you're really operating out of your sacral chakra, you're operating from a place of intuition and just doing what feels right. You're not thinking. That would be up here energy. That would be like your third eye, crown chakra type of energy, thinking. When you're in your sacral chakra, your orange energy, you are feeling your way through, which is why it rules over sexuality, because it's like you can sit here and logically say these are the steps I need to achieve climax, but it's like if you just put yourself in the present moment and feel what feels good right now and intuitively do what feels good right now, that's what's going to get you there. It's not thinking your way through, it's getting out of your head and into your body. Same thing with creativity. So it's either one, or both. If you're having this creative blockage, it could be because you're trying to think too hard. Just do what intuitively feels best. Take action on that. Don't overthink it. Don't sweat the small stuff about it. Release some control. That is what is gonna turn you on the most. It's gonna turn your creativity on the most. When you relinquish control, you let go, and you just let what feels good flow from you. Okay. Second card out for you is the 5 of Pentacles, and this is a card of feeling like you're on your own, like you have to do everything on your own. And you know what, I'm getting a vision here of like just being so responsible and feeling like if I don't do it, no one else will. And I feel like breaking out of that is so important, especially if you're trying to achieve prosperity in any form, financial success, career success, creative success, professional success. Like, you need to break out of this feeling of I need to do everything on my own, because when you're in that space, you're disconnected from nature, you're disconnected from your ecosystem. We're all a part of nature, we're all a part of an ecosystem, whether we realize it or not. And every single thing on this planet is interconnected and dependent off of each other, okay? The shark is dependent off of the fish is dependent off of algae or whatever the heck fish eat. The algae are dependent off of, the pH of the water. I don't know, okay? Everything's connected to each other and everything has a spirit. So it's like when you're in this mindset of I have to do everything on my own and you're not tuning into the spirit of everything helping you, that's what keeps you disconnected from Mama Earth. Okay, a little mediumship hack here. Everything and everyone has a spirit. And I say this because it's like a few months ago I was suffering from incredible anxiety, and I connected with the spirit of ashwagandha, which is a plant that helps with anxiety. And that is kind of like being a part of the ecosystem. Here is a beautiful plant that helps me out. I help people on YouTube out. Like, everything's connected, you see? So it's like you're not alone. And when you think that you're alone and you have to figure out all your problems on your own, that's when life becomes really slow and really stagnant for you. Third card out is the 4 of Pentacles in reversed. Okay, so right away we have the 5 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles. This is a descending pattern, which I don't like to see, to be honest with you, because whenever I see descending numbers like 5, 4, 3, I don't know why, this might be a personal thing, I always view it as bad luck. because to me it's like you are kind of taking a step back. So pay attention to your mindset this week. Don't let a mental slip turn into this huge slide and downward spiral. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you kind of slack on one area of life, just pick it up again. Don't let it turn into a whole big thing. Like, for example, say your goal is to have a healthy lifestyle, and you've been trying really hard to have that healthy lifestyle, and then you slip up and, like, let's just say you haven't worked out in like a week and you've been getting poor sleep. You know, don't let that turn into a whole slide where you just completely go back to all your bad habits that you worked so hard to get rid of, you know? Like, just stand up again and start again. Like, don't just completely fall back into your old way of thinking just because one thing didn't really work out this week. Just stand up and start again. It's the little things that all add up. And so with the Four of Pentacles in reversed, this is a card of extreme lack mindset, especially next to the Five of Pentacles. You know, with these two cards, this is to me someone who is suffering from an incredible lack mindset, poverty mindset. And I'm not saying that you're going to lose out on money this week or you're going to be broke this week. What I'm saying is this week, the energy is really strong, having this spiritual lesson for you to take on this abundant mindset. I'm a part of my ecosystem. Doing what feels right is what will bring me abundance. That is the lesson, the wisdom of the sacral chakra, the orange energy. Okay, this feels right. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna flow easily and naturally without me having to force it or chase it. So if there's any area of your life that you've been feeling like you have to force it to happen or chase it, or you just have to put in all the work, take on all the responsibility, bad. Okay, that is where the healing is taking place this week. And this is something you're going to have to consciously focus on. It could be in any area of your life: finances, love. If you've been like doing all of the work in a relationship and you have to like force it to happen, or like if you don't say anything, nothing would happen. That is what is being asked to be healed this week. Break out of that, accept help from others, let others work for you, let the world work for you. You know, that's what we're asking here. Okay, second row out, fourth card. We have Temperance in reverse. Now this came out for Virgo as well, except it was their first card. In reverse for you, right underneath that Magician. I don't know, guys. This is a dangerous combo. I feel like these two cards next to the Five Pentacles, Four Pentacles, someone might have screwed you over. Like, the Magician reversed, I don't like this card. It's kind of scary to me because, you know, now I always frame and intend that my readings are positive and truthful, okay? Because you can be an optimist in any perspective. That doesn't mean you're not being a realist. So that's what I aim for, to give you advice that is helpful to your situation and has you feeling inspired and motivated no matter what your circumstances are in. That's the intention I set for my readings. But the Magician in reverse, to me, my personal relationship with this card as a reader is either like a douchebag, someone with control problems, or a straight up abuser in your life here. Okay, and I don't like this card, guys. I really don't. In reverse. Upright, it's amazing. In reverse, not so much. And then to have Temperance come out in reverse underneath that, like, this is to me like someone losing their temper, saying or doing something awful. And this could be someone else in your life, and you have to deal with the repercussions of this now. I would just be really, really careful this week of anyone who shows signs that they can't control their anger or they can't control their emotions. Okay, Temperance in reversed is like you can't control your emotions. You can't hold your emotions in anymore. You just lash out, you freak out, okay? Especially right underneath this Magician card in reversed. Like, that's paired with someone who has control. They need to feel like they're in control. Okay, this is a recipe for abuse, which is why I'm a little bit, you know, just warning here. And guys, I'm not trying to scare anyone. Like, I'm not saying this horrible person's gonna enter your life. You would already know who this is if this was your situation. So take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. This can also, for some of you, be you. Not saying that you're an abusive person, but it's like, learn to control your emotions better, learn to control your mind a bit better. Remember that you're in control of your situation and your reality. for the most part, okay? You can't control other people. There's a lot you can't control, but your perspective, your emotions, your personal view of reality, you are in control of that. Remember what we said earlier, sanctuary is within you. You don't have to go anywhere special to achieve it. So it's kind of asking you to learn how to control your mind, your mindset, and your emotions more, but also be very, very weary of anyone who has this kind of either temper control problems, manipulative red flags, trying to make you feel like you can't get or do any better than that. This could be anyone. I would be very scared if this was a relationship, but this could also be like a boss, for example. Honestly, so many people are in abusive relationships with their jobs. It could be anyone, just someone kind of trying to withhold your access to money or understanding other people's incomes. For example, a boss that's like, you're not allowed to share your income with any of your coworkers. That's abusive, okay? Or even same thing as like a relationship. If your person's trying to tell you like you're not allowed to see your friends or family, you have to dress a certain way. Again, abusive. So be really mindful of that. If you are in that situation, get out now. Do not get readings on abusive situations. They're not going to improve. They're not going to get better. If anything, it's going to get worse. So if you are in an abusive situation, make your escape plan as soon as possible. Get help. Receive help from others. You are not alone. And that is the message of the Five of Pentacles anyways. Remember, you are a part of an ecosystem who is here to help you. Center of your spread is the Three of Wands in reversed. And this is coming out right underneath the Five of Pentacles. I'm seeing, again, like your biggest message this week is to just get a grip on your mindset here, because this is like feeling bummed out that your life is looking a certain way right now. And remember what we said, it's like you're moving very rapidly forward. You're in an upward momentum, but for some reason you're not seeing it that way. It feels very slow to you. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if you're working with some trickster spirit energy, which is a good spirit. Okay, to clarify that, some people think that working with trickster energies are bad. Trickster spirits are like the fox spirit or Hermes or Kokopelli. There's so many different spirits in so many different cultures. And essentially what I have found is that when you work with a trickster spirit, they bring you forward on a shortcut in life, but they do it in a way that looks like you're moving backwards. Think of like retrogrades, Mercury retrograde, people from your past coming back up and you think like life's moving backwards, but really retrogrades, that planet is still moving forwards. That's kind of the energy here. You feel like you're moving backwards. It may look like you're moving backwards, but you're actually moving forward. So for example, breaking out of a toxic relationship, it may look like you're moving backwards. Like, oh my gosh, I'm back to being single. I'm back to like living in this tiny apartment, back to living with my parents, whatever. It may feel and look like you are moving backwards, but you just made a monumental leap forward in your progress as a soul and your life's journey by leaving that toxic controlling situation behind. Or you may have to kind of put your pride aside and ask for some help, and it may feel like you're moving backwards, like, oh, I'm having to receive help from other people now, I can't make it on my own, but really you asking for help was a huge step forwards. So y'all need to be nice to yourself this week. That's what I'm seeing. Sixth card out for you is the Sun reversed. It's all gonna get better from here, I swear. Yes, creativity, love. Also, I'm seeing and I don't mean to be weird, I'm seeing sexual healing in your future. I know that sounds so weird. I feel like there's some people watching though that may have issues in that area of your life, like, I don't know, with overthinking. Maybe you had some trauma in that area, and I don't know, I'm just seeing healing taking place in the future, and it may be tied to kind of leaving this these control issues behind, and also leaving behind if this controlling, emotionally explosive issue is a person external to yourself, leaving them behind really can heal things. You'd be surprised by how much can heal and change just by simply getting rid of some people in your life who are toxic for you. So much changes in such a short time. If you've been living with toxicity and putting up with it for such a long time, the second you break out of that environment, the growth is so rapid. It's so monumentous. Is that a word, monumentous? Did I just make that up? And anyways, I just see you taking on that energy this week. Third row out for you, 7th card, is the Page of Wands in reversed. Yeah, something that should have, this could be your own energy. It's complicated reading because simultaneously there might have been someone external to yourself taking on this controlling, like emotionally reactive energy. But I'm also seeing this as a part of you on the inside, which only proves that, your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. You might have been feeling controlling towards yourself. Like, I should be further in life. I should have, reached this goal at this time. What is wrong with me? Blah, 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 blah. And when you are in that mindset, you attract people who say the same things to you, and they're a bully, So it just proves how important it is to take a hold of your mind and how you talk to yourself. The big message here is letting go of the pressure you've been putting on your dreams and on yourself and on your image. Page of Wands in reverse can also show like a sort of creative, sensual type of blockage here that is kind of self-imposed by these restricting thoughts, putting pressure on yourself to perform, to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, to be somewhere in life. That is like the biggest blockage you can do to your creativity and to your sensual lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, being a perfectionist is going to completely block your sacral chakra energy completely. And this is an important energy system because this is where you feel spontaneous and fun and free and beautiful and very in the moment, connected to Mama Earth and sensual, creative. Like, it's just so fun. And you deserve to be in that fun. 8th card out for you is the 3 of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're pulling the swords out. I definitely feel like, and you know what? We have 2 3s, both in reverse, one on top of the other. Something is being blocked here. I feel like some of you guys might literally be blocking your ex, blocking someone from your life, okay? Because you're like, no, I saw a whole future with you. It's not going to work though. I'm also seeing a message here of like blocking your own thoughts that are negative and directed towards yourself. Like when you say things like, I'm a failure, or my career, my business will never be a success. Like, you're blocking those thoughts as well. So it's kind of like a two-sided reading here where it's like you're blocking the external haters as well as the internal haters. And it's going to make such a shift in your reality, I promise you. Like, literally the Sun card came out for you. The shift will happen really fast after you start blocking this out. And 9th card out for you is the 7 of Cups in reversed. This is a card of confusion. I'm not gonna lie, of confusion, overwhelmingness. Capricorn, hang in there. First off, I want to pause and say you should also watch for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus this week. When I have readings like this that are kind of focused heavily on one subject, I just want you to know that this isn't going to consume your entire week. Okay, watch for your big signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. But yeah, I definitely feel like there is some spiritual lessons. This is a very advice-heavy reading. Your spirit guide's coming through and saying, listen, you need to block out the Magician reversed, okay, the Temperance reversed. People who can't control themselves and who need to control others, need to control their reality to make themselves feel better. And you need to like kind of block out your own thoughts that are like that towards yourself as well. That is your key to success, okay? The key to success. Owl spirits coming through as well to give you a helping hand. I honestly ask out loud to the owl spirit whenever you need some more clarity, because you did have the 7 of Cups in reverse as your last card. When you need this clarity, like when you're just feeling confused, like which way do I go, where do I go from here, call upon the owl spirit and say, great owl spirit, thank you for being in my life. Can you help show me the way, show me out of this darkness, show me the best path for me so that I can feel clear-minded and just onto my greatest path in life, to my greatest good. And the owl spirit will help you, and you'll see some subtle shifts or dramatic shifts in your reality within the next 3 days of talking to a spirit asking for their help. I would say there would be clear signs and messages that you would notice within 3 days, or just simply blessings coming through. So go ahead and connect with that spirit guide. It might be good for you. Like this video, comment how this resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you for the next one. Bye bye.